privileged to know that not many people know me here. And that makes me comfortable. Because one feels very frightened amongst known people because they have a lot of expectations. So you guys are zero on expectation. So I'm very happy and grateful to Ankur Malhotra for introducing this 1951 model. How many of you are there? My contemporaries. Not many. Am I the oldest person here? 71 years young. Thank you very much. And thank you also for making me a little taller. And it's an advantage to stand behind the podium because I got a piece of paper today. I normally speak from here. And I feel comfortable reaching out to you. But I'll make an exception to be here today. Because I was a little confused as to how I fit in an environment like this. Because my work is somewhat different. But let me explore and find out from you whether I fit in this environment or not by telling you a story which I was thinking on my way here, right? And when you hear the story, perhaps you will consider the relevance of my talk, which I have created for you for about next 15-20 minutes. This story is about a businessman, and I know there are many business people here who are already in business and who are aspiring to be great entrepreneurs and businessmen and startups. So this business guy was in for an outing on a seaside on a holiday, and he was walking on the seashore in the morning. And then he found a guy like me, not having so much of bulk, a little thin and lean, and walking around the sea beach and trying to locate something. And he was picking out the starfishes which were there. The sea waves are bringing them, and they were jumping and dying. And he was picking up those dying fishes and throwing it back to the sea. This was a very strange thing for the businessman to appreciate. And he looked at him and thought in his mind, what this guy is doing? What does it mean? Why is he doing it? But this fellow was very active, running about, picking up the fishes and throwing it back to the sea again and again. Now this man couldn't help, and he goes forward and tells him, hey, I'm a foolish man. What are you doing? What difference does it make? Fark kya padta hai? He never cared. He was busy doing his job, picking up the fishes and throwing it back to the sea. And this man got hold of him, shook him, said, come on. You will die doing this job, man. Kuch farak nahi padta. Don't you know there are millions of fishes in the sea? They come every day, they die like that. Why are you dying? Why are you doing this? What difference does it make? Now this man had just picked up a fish which was moving in his hand, and he looked at him. He said, are you sure? It doesn't make any difference? It doesn't make a difference to you. And he threw the fish back to the sea and said, it does make a difference to that one, isn't it? Then he picked up another fish and said, it does make a difference to that one, and that one, and that one. And he said, I came to walk here in the morning like you, a long time ago. And then I saw these dying fishes. I don't worry about those millions of fishes which you worry about. If I worry for them, how can I save this life? It makes a difference to this one. If you do it, it makes a difference. If you don't, it doesn't. The story ends here. And I request you to focus on these two perspectives of this businessman and this man who was throwing the fishes. What are these two perspectives? And from there, I will just share one thought with you. I do not have many things to talk to you in this agenda. But one little point that I would like to bring to your mind today, which can make a difference perhaps. You are the best judge, whether it does or not. Two perspectives. One of this businessman who is worrying about millions of fishes. And this man says, I don't worry about the millions of fishes. You do. Because you don't worry about them actually, because it doesn't matter to you. You're only concerned about you. But the other man has another perspective. I call this the second person's perspective as a footprint perspective. Two perspectives. The first one I call imprint perspective. I-M-P-R-I-N-T. But that I-M part, you put a small hyphen on the top, so it becomes I am print. Okay? The print is all about me alone. And that is the perspective of most people who work on business primarily for self. And they have these 3 C's in their mind all the time. First C is controlling everything for self. Second C is consuming. You know the two perspectives, one is small c and capital C. Most people are consumers. Me alone. You ask them, "Kyun ji rahe ho bhai?" And the guy is going to say, "Well, aur kya karu?" Have you heard this answer? You guys are not clapping. Okay. Can I hear a loud clap so that you start your hands? I learned a long time ago in my management school, people learn more while they're awakened rather than while they're asleep. And I do not know about you. I've never been sleeping while talking. But if you wake up, you will learn more, right? Can I have another celebration, please? Not for me. Celebrating for you, to be a little more awakened so that you don't waste your time here. So the imprint perspective is about I am, me alone. And the other perspective is the footprint perspective. Let me quickly cover this imprint perspective and the 3 C's that dominate their mind. First is control. They want to control everything for themselves. Control money, control business, control power, and that is the hunger they have all the time inside their head. And that is the predominating factor in every work that they do. And they are tunnel thinkers. They got the blinkers over their eyes. That little world, me world. Some of them a little better, they said, not me alone, me, my wife, my child. We are everything we are doing for this small community. And then they break out and go to the other side. And they think that, yes, I've done enough for myself. You know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs? And then they go to the higher level. They say, I got to play my part there in the world. I got to make a difference there. Then they become Sahil Bakkar kinds, and they are thinking about community. They said, I got to play my part in the world. I am not satisfied. I got some more gas to burn, some more fire within my belly. And then they have another 3, the footprint perspective, another 3. I call them PQR, focus. I love playing with the words and the letters. This has been my old hobby. The 3 C's are what? Remember? I'm not using PowerPoint today, and I'm just trying to talk to you because we lose a lot of time in the middle, so let me have heart-to-heart talk, because I feel this is the success headquarters. This is not. IQ has been an outdated game. Better leaders, better managers, better successful people are all EQ-oriented men. I don't say that IQ is not important. We normally develop IQ. Whatever the Creator has given us, enough. But what we cease to develop is our emotional quotient. And then we become very, very lonely, very shallow in our perspective. And then our leadership qualities fall down. So, the heart-centered guy is the other guy who was selling the fishes. I call them PQR qualities. Focus on these 3 letters. P stands for purpose. Just compare the 2 purpose in your mind, with your feeling, not with your brain. You see, what was the purpose of that guy who didn't see any sense in doing the job of that man? He said, you're meaningless, you are wasting your time. He has got a very small mind and a small purpose. But the other guy, he said, I came long time ago and then I made up my mind, every morning I save 100 fishes. It doesn't matter whether I am able to save millions of fishes, we are dying. But 100 fishes every day I will do in the morning, and then I'll go for my other work. That little contribution I will make every day. And how much he is contributing in a year? He is not closing down his other business, but he has developed that perspective of purpose, a bigger purpose in life. And the Q, when the purpose comes, the quality of the work improves. Feel it. Not like mathematics, feel inside your heart. What do you think? Whose quality of work is better? The guy who works with a bigger purpose, or the fellow who has got a narrow purpose? If your purpose is bigger, the quality is better. Is that right? Agreed or not?
Yes.
Okay. So you got P, Q, and R. R stands for the resolve, that aspect of commitment. Most people are involved. They got narrow business. They work for the little money. The employee mindset. Me mindset. That little thought. That narrow perspective. But the resolve is not involvement, the commitment. You heard that story? That lovely little story, old story about, the hen and the pig. Heard that? In the morning, the hen meets the pig in a park. Pig is not too bad a thing globally. It's too bad in our mindset. So, the hen and the pig met each other in the park. And the hen was floppy, pig was fat. They liked each other. And they said, well, we must settle down. Not for anything else, for business primarily. And they opened a shop called the Breakfast Limited. And it sold like hotcakes. At the end of the year, they called Sahib Makkar. He had stopped that business, he's doing something else, but somewhere earlier, prepare my profit and loss statement. And when that came out, there was a big profit chunk that came out. And the pig said, keep 90% for me, and you get 10%, Henny. The hen screamed, you are cheating me. Why 10%? We did business together. We must get 50-50. He said, shut up, 50-50. What do you mean 50-50? What do you do? I gave those eggs. Yes, you have been laying eggs in your business. You couldn't help it. You couldn't help it. It had to come. So don't take any pride on that. Think of those salamis, the pork, the ham, and the sausages. What it took to get them out. I gave my blood. I gave everything. You get 10% because you are only involved in the business. I was committed, so I get 90%. Would you like to celebrate on that? So, the bigger perspective is that sense of commitment and resolve. So, whatever business we are doing, that purpose, quality, and resolve factor makes all the difference. Unless that is there, all the technology that we have will make no difference at all. As Mr. Bajaj, Sonu Bajaj was talking, how senior people learn, how more experienced people learn. because we don't want to learn. We say that we want to change, that we don't want to change. We get the best of the tracksuit. We got the best of the jogging shoe. Every day we make up our mind to wake up in the morning and jog. But then there is a winter. And then there is a summer and the rainy day. So we'll do it next time. It doesn't work out. So you need that calling bell to wake you up, push you out of the bed to go and jog. And that is the thing which is very important, where your motivation, your inspiration, your inner qualities come in. And that's all I have to share with you. Finally, I will tell you another story to sum it up all, because this is very subtle and you guys are intelligent enough to take the message. This story was about that guy who was drowning somewhere in the river while an old man was walking by the shore, and he was shouting, "Save, save." The old man thought a little, and then he couldn't tolerate the plight of that guy, so he threw away his suit and just jumped in the water. With a lot of trouble, he got that guy back to the shore. The fellow was saved. He catches hold of the feet of that old gentleman and said, "Thank you, sir. Thank you, uncle, for saving my life." And the man was getting back to his suit and said, "Thank you? Why? Sir, you saved my life." He said, "Are you really thankful? Then can you do something? One day you will become like me, and then I'll not be here. I'll be keeping a watch on you. That life that I saved today, use it for saving more lives. And if you do that, then you shall be fulfilled."